Hey fam, it has been a minute. Whew. I am getting ready for date day with my wife. Every Saturday we try to do something outside of the house, go to a new restaurant, do a little shopping, spend some time together, make it a date. We both live very stressful lives. If you've been following me, you know my wife is a radiologist and she works almost 6 days a week. And then I work in the metals industry and I am traveling 50% of my life or more. So we don't see each other as often as we would like. And so we dedicate Saturdays to date days. And today specifically, for some reason, I was thinking to myself as I was looking at my face, getting dressed and doing my makeup, about how much I've changed over the past 2 years and how I haven't done a video. I haven't even really wanted to do a video, but I thought to myself, I bet people who are looking into gastric sleeve surgery would probably like to know what your life looks like 2 years post-op. And so I just thought I'd take some time to do that for whomever is interested. And forgive me, this luggage under here, I slept terrible last night, like 4 or 5 hours max. I suffer from big time insomnia and I have for years. Some of it is anxiety related, but most recently over the past couple of years, it has to do with my back. I suffer from degenerative back disease, facet arthrosis and spinal stenosis. I am 47 years old. Like I said, my wife is an MD. She specializes in these areas, and the prognosis is grim as far as getting better. Physical therapy is important, but interesting segue. One of the reasons that I got this surgery was because of my back. So, cliff notes, if you hadn't followed me from the beginning of my story until now, was I have not had a weight problem my whole life at all. In fact, when I met my wife 5 years ago, I was 205, I believe, and which was maybe my heaviest. I'm 5'7", 205 doesn't look terrible on me. I've always had like large boobs and, you know, a curvy body, but I've always been very proportioned throughout my whole life. But after I met my wife, some things happened in my life, had nothing to do with my wife, but I went on this very stressful binge eating over stress time, and in 2 years I had went from 205 to 275. Yeah. And it was due to stress. And when you're in your 40s, have had thyroid cancer like I did, don't have a thyroid, age was against me, having a jacked up metabolism was against me. When you gain that type of weight, it does not come off easily. Compounded with these serious back problems, I found myself 2 years ago at this tremendous weight and in tremendous pain. And that tremendous pain was keeping me from getting the weight back off. So I had reached this part of my life where I was ready to take my life back, but I couldn't weight-wise and health-wise because I was in so much pain. So I was like in body jail. I had a couple back procedures to help me, manage the pain. A nerve ablation, X-ray guided facet injections, things to help me. Those weren't working. I was massively overweight. My anxiety was on full throttle. My blood pressure went through the roof. I was on max blood pressure meds. Things just turned into this very scary avalanche of like 911-ish types of fillings and doctor appointments and lifestyle things that my wife was scared I was going to have a heart attack. So we looked into what we were finding as maybe an only solution, which was the gastric sleeve surgery. I was, prior to the gastric sleeve surgery, about to potentially, no bullshit, be bedridden. I started to use a cane to walk because I was just in so much pain. I'm a gourmet cook. I couldn't, as a hobby, I couldn't, make a meal without sitting on a stool because I was just in so much pain. I'd have to lean on things, lean on a wall, sit all the time. Like it was pretty scary. Anyway, between my back pain, potentially being bedridden in my future, my blood pressure, scared of having a heart attack, being in body jail, I looked into gastric sleeve. Now, this again was 2 years ago, over 2 years ago. And there wasn't like, the shots. This was a severe and drastic way to get this weight off, to regain my life back. So I had done videos to, show my journey and what that was like. And let's talk about where I am now. So anyway, like I said, I am getting ready for a date day. Looking at my progress, it is pretty significant. So let's talk about like the pros of me having done this for myself. One, when I did this surgery, I was covered by insurance. However, in order to be approved by my insurance, I had to go through counseling. I had to go through like a several-month program with a therapist at Cornell in Manhattan. They didn't just, because you had the insurance, just throw it at you and you're so fat you're approved. I actually had to like hit several levers or several milestones in order to get approved for the surgery. But I'll say, if you were to look at my labs from then till now, I am 100% normal labs. I am off of all my blood pressure medication. My liver enzymes are no longer, I had a non-alcoholic fatty liver. That's over. I no longer have a fatty liver. There is nothing outside of normal range. My thyroid always will be wonky because I had thyroid cancer a bazillion years ago and I don't have a thyroid. But other than that, and my insomnia, which is unrelated to this, the best health on paper I've ever been. So regarding my back pain, I still suffer from chronic pain every day of my life. I manage that with hydration and ibuprofen. I am not under like specific care or specific drugs or whatever for that. I just deal with it. It's just like part of my life. I'll probably circle back and tackle that again soon because it is starting to get out of hand again. But having lost, which drum roll please, in 2 years, 100 pounds has absolutely changed my life as far as my mobility, my activity, my mental health. doing things, being active, going places, taking walks, walking my dogs, walking around a grocery store again for an hour, just doing stuff, going up and down the stairs, like cleaning, just normal stuff that like was starting to leave me. I'm able to do again. I enjoy, and I feel like, I mean, I'm in outside sales, and I travel a lot for business, and fly all over the country, and I'm in and out of airports. I'm in and out of cars, hotels, meetings, walking, warehouses. Like, all of these things are absolutely zero issue, with, again, the exception of my back. But whatever, it's not that hard. I am extremely grateful that I lost this weight. Again, I was like 274 when I had my surgery. I am now, I think yesterday I was 168, and tremendous. So, yeah. So talking about like real life con sides of this surgery is there are some that are legit. And even though, weight wise, I feel better, I'm smaller. I went from a size 22 to a size 14. I went from a 44, like triple D F bra to a 40 C. I'm probably a 38. I just haven't been bra shopping because it seems like every time I buy new clothes, I have to get rid of them. So my breasts like shrunk big time. And with that, obviously, comes your boobs being up here to being way down here. So that sucks. My pants, I was in I had a pair of size 22 jeans, which is freaking amazing. Now I'm a 14. I wear a lot of my weight in my lower pouch, and now, I have this like apron that's like sagging. It's not attractive and makes me extremely self-conscious. A lot of people that lose this type of weight eventually get like a mommy makeover and a tummy tuck and a boob lift and this and that. I'm not there yet because I still have a little bit of weight to lose before I want to invest in something like that. But, when you lose 100 pounds, especially in your late 40s, your body doesn't bounce back like you might if you're younger. So with that came like, like hanging skin, you get that kind of weight loss journey body, my inner thighs are like loose, like it's, your body changes for sure. You have to prepare yourself mentally for that, as well as think about whether or not you can either afford or want to invest more in reconstructive surgery, plastic surgery, or whatever it's called, to help with that, which eventually I probably will. I mean, it's not like the end of the world. I'm able to mask it quite well. But that's something to think about too, is it's impossible to lose that kind of weight, even if you're working out and whatever, to not have it look, you've shrunk quickly, and your skin and everything doesn't just snap back. So mine definitely hasn't. But again, it feels incredible to have gotten rid of all my extra large everything, all my extra large everything. And now I'm in large everything, and I'm on my way probably close to mediums. Because I think I'm now, even depending on the designer, it could be in like a couple of 12s in some things. So, I mean, that part does feel great. It feels great to like cross my legs, which I'm doing right now, and I do all the time. I wasn't able to do that before. I had to sit in like a, like a 4, and now I'm like a normal cross. I cross myself over like all the time. I mean, I didn't do that before. I mean, there's a lot of really wonderful things that I can do again, that I hadn't done before. So, like there's some give and take, there's some pros and cons for sure. I do want to talk though about the cons, though, because what I did to myself by having this surgery is irreversible. And I just want to be 100% honest with some of the things that I wish, if I could like turn back time and change, I would. And, if a couple years ago, Zepbound and Wegovy and Ozempic and whatever were out, I would have preferred to try that before removing, 80% of my stomach volume. And I'm still working on my makeup, so I'm gonna try not to get emotional. This is, I felt a cry ball coming on. This is why I'm emotional, right? So I didn't have this amazingly lifelong unhealthy relationship with food. Like I said, I didn't have, these weight problems until, like the past 10 years. Went through like a lot of stuff. And I turned to food, but I didn't cope that way my whole life. So this was fairly recent. This was there's no other option. You're about to be immobile. This is going to save your life. We don't want you to have a heart attack, blah, blah, blah option. But if you have an option to do other things, or if I did at the time, I would have preferred to try that first. But there wasn't. And this is why. So still, after 2 years, I struggle every single day with how bad it sucks to have no volume and not be able to hold a lot of food or a lot of drink. And when I say a lot, I'm not talking about a lot like it used to be. I'm talking, it will take me an hour to eat a lean cuisine. Like, that's seriously sucks. I hate it. If I go out on a business meeting or a business or dinner and I order something, I mean, it looks like I'm disinterested. And not that I really care what anybody thinks about how small I'm eating, but it's like, I'll order like a Caesar salad with a piece of salmon. I know in my heart, I'm not going to even get to the salad part. And I know in my heart, I'm not going to even finish the piece of salmon. And I know that I can't drink liquids and eat dinner at the same time. Like, the fact that it's going to be this way forever, I mean, like, it's hard. I struggle with it. It's becoming, it's been 2 years now and I'm used to it, but it still doesn't make it any less depressing. I know that, I can't go out for a cocktail and dinner. I have to pace it to where it's one or the other. And if it is dinner, I have to find something that I get my protein and it's small. And I know I'm going to waste most of it, if not take the rest home. If I have something that is fairly solid, 4 or 5 bites, I'll be full. Or I can choose something soft and I can enjoy it for longer because the soft things in the pouch, kind of build, kind of like, if you want to throw a couple rocks in a bowl or pour some soft things, you understand the concept. Yeah, so I gotta actually really think about what I order. It's not about what I want, it's about what I can handle, and that's gonna be that way for the rest of my life. As well as normal things, holidays, holiday meals, Thanksgiving, my favorite holiday of all holidays, love cooking for a bazillion people, 10, 15 different dishes, and I can only handle a couple bites, and within 10 minutes, not even, I'm full. It sucks. The other thing is, you know, I'm sure you've probably read this or know about alcohol consumption. You know, I love my cocktails. 2 cocktails, I'm bombed. More, I'm blackout. Your alcohol tolerance is completely different. So you have to really, really watch that. And then, you know, again, because your volume is different, you can be dehydrated a lot, which I am a lot, because I hate water. I've hated water before this even started. But 2, even if I were to force myself to slam a bottle of water, you can't handle a whole bottle of water. Like, I've had a couple of times where I've tried to push myself either with fluids or with food, and I have been in tremendous pain. So that's another thing. Like, it takes a while for you, and still I struggle sometimes to like look at food. Again, I'm not looking at a mountain, but just look at a small meal and think that you can do it, or it tastes so good that you want to finish it, and it's not even that big. But if you do or eat too fast, you are in tremendous pain. So like, if you don't have the counseling, you don't even know what to expect with these things. And these are things they told me before, but I was just at a place where I was so like at a dead end that I was like, I have to, I have to, whatever. And I did. So, again, I'm glad I did, but I do wish that there had been any other options other than actually literally removing 80% of my stomach. It's tough. It's a tough lifestyle that you have to accept and deal with literally for the rest of your life. For real. So, yeah. Let's flip it back to positive. Well, another negative, another positive. So, hair. Let's talk about my hair. Okay. So, I used to have such thick hair that I would have to pay extra when I would get it blown out at the hair salon, because it would take so long just to blow it out. I actually have naturally curly hair and I get blowouts. I don't have that problem anymore because I lost 50% of my hair. So if you're in groups on Facebook or support groups or whatever, and you see the stuff about hair loss, it is absolutely no bullshit. You will freaking lose your hair. Period. End of story. It's almost, I'm pretty sure it's unavoidable. There was a time though, about a year plus ago, I mean, I was scared I was going to lose all my hair. It was unbelievable the amount of hair that was coming out every time I brushed my hair or took a shower. It was terrifying. I started taking pictures. If I went like this, I would have like clumps of hair in my hand. It doesn't happen anymore. I'm past that now. And I'm on the like getting baby hairs, and like this is all regrowth. I'm getting a ton of regrowth. Even my like hairdresser noticed, and I didn't have bald spots, but it was thinning so much that like if I went like this, you could see through it. Like that was nuts. You know, I used to have a fat ponytail, and I had, you know, the skinny ponytail. And while this ponytail is still skinny, girls, boys, it is not what it was a year ago. I mean, my hair is thickening back up, thank God. I tried to, well, not tried to, I have bought every supplement. I have bought every shampoo. I have bought every freaking hair minoxidil, this, that, hair regrowth treatment. I even got a powder, like, that wasn't a good one, but this Boldify or whatever, which is like, so like this. Dropped it. When it was really bad, I don't really care that much anymore, but when it was really bad, you have like this powder. It's kind of like, you know, foundation, and you would like hit your little bald spots or whatever, and it would like give the visual of it being like thicker. I'm not doing it well right now because I don't know how to do this while I'm on video, but this actually worked pretty good to make it not look like, you know, you're losing your hair. But you will lose your hair, no question. And so when they say, you know, you need lots of protein and this, that, and the other, I mean, the only way that you can minimize it is protein your brains out, supplements, and doing all the things that they tell you to do. And while I didn't do everything like perfect or even close to that, I'm just glad it stopped. So it did stop, and I'm starting to like be able to do my hair and not have to like make special adjustments so people don't know like it's falling out. Right now, this lighting actually makes it look thinner than it is. It's actually not that bad. I'm just at my makeup mirror because I was getting dressed. So that's something to think about. If you already have thinning hair, I would definitely suggest not even thinking about veering off the diet, and making sure you're investing in high quality proteins, protein shakes, your supplements, like everything, because it's not like some people lose their hair. You'll lose your freaking hair, period. Just glad that's over. So, the pro and con is, yeah, it does come back. And another pro is I'm glad I had a lot to start with. What else? So, I don't know. I'm in my pajamas. These are my Aperol Spritz pajamas. Aren't they cute? These are like just large silk pajamas. I don't have like any Spanx on or anything to like show you how small I got, but you know, I have a jawline that is not shaded. It's like legit, which is nice to see. I have clavicles again. Crazy. You know, because of my weight loss though, I have like this turkey neck situation there. Not hot, but not bad, right? Again, and then these bags because I'm on no sleep, but it works. My message, I guess, on this post-op video to you is just be realistic about the change in your life if you choose to have this surgery. It is forever, and it's very different. It is not a quick fix, and it's a forever change. Or excuse me, it is maybe a quick fix, right? But it's a forever change. You cannot go back to what you were. Your life and lifestyle will change forever. So just be prepared for that. So again, yep, wrapping it up. It was 274. I'm 168. You know, I want to get down to like 150 or so before I consider any type of, you know, surgery to bring my boobs back up, or, you know, my disgusting like lower belly that's all hanging down now. But other than that, my lifestyle has changed for the better. I'm more active. I'm able to do more things, not only with my kids, with my wife. You know, like when we go out tonight for our date, we're walking to town, taking her on a fun art gallery tour, and we're walking to dinner and stuff. Like, these are things I could not have done before. So it did save my life. There's no question. The doctors at Cornell were absolutely phenomenal, best of the best. I am very grateful that I was able to turn the ship around, because again, I had no options. But again, if there's other ways for you to do it, try it. Make sure that you exhaust all other options first. But then if you do decide that this is what you want to do it, but just go in it with, you know, realistic expectations. So that's all. I wish the absolute best to anybody who cares to watch this video or is looking for advice, and do what's best for you, and you know, take care of yourself. And yeah, that's it. So my best. Love. Have a great day.